Did you know that getting proper sleep gives you way better effects than steroids do? I didn't. Obviously, minus the balding, shrinking nuts, and roid rage. Sleep is the secret sauce that 99% of people are missing. That's why they're ugly, bloated, tired, and moody all the time. And also their physical recovery is absolute garbage. Sleep is humanity's lost miracle drug. And you have to take advantage of it. Well, Chris, you sardonic dickhead, that can't be true. Yesterday, I lost 10 Marvel rival games in a row. And then you know what happened after that? I went to bed at 4 a.m. I woke up feeling like fucking shit and like a heroin addict and not a roid monster. So how do you explain that one, big guy? Well, my anger issues riddled comrade. Number one, that was way too much information. You really need to get a hold of yourself. And number two, I said proper sleep. Roll the tape.
Getting proper sleep.
Yeah, alright. But what does proper sleep even mean? Do I need to be read bedtime stories by my dumb mommy while sipping on the finest warm milk and cozying out in my pajamas while counting sheep? Well, if you stopped interrupting me, maybe I'd consider telling you. You see, the thing is, nobody ever really taught you how to maximize your sleep for rest and recovery. But that's where all of sleep's miracle-esque properties come from. And that is the steroid-induced missing piece from your sleep puzzle. That would be like having the hot ring racer from GTA San Andreas, but filling it with gutter oil, and then expecting to follow the damn train, CJ. Nature gave you this golden opportunity to sleep and maximize your rest and recovery. And what do you do with it? You just play League of Legends all night, and you're watching the finest OnlyFans slop. This asshole really thinks he can keep me in here forever? Guess what? I don't think so, motherfucker. Yeah, I got your ass now. Oh, I didn't see you there. Don't worry, you are for sure not alone in facing your problems with sleep. In fact, I'm willing to bet all of my earthly possessions, which are not a lot, that nobody in your meager circle of Discord kittens has maximized their sleep or knows how to sleep properly at all, actually. Now, is that a conspiracy by Big Sleep in an attempt to make everyone tired, sad, stupid, so that they can sell them special mattresses claiming that they'll rub your feet, bounce you up and down like a trampoline, and spawn your anime waifu in bed with you with holographic technology like Blade Runner 2049? What was that? You say something? Now he's gonna get it. Talk? You wanna talk? Talk now, motherfucker. When in actual reality, sleeping on these mattresses makes you feel like the local hobo after he just got done sleeping on the latest, most innovative hostile architecture. I don't know. But for now, let's see if sleep does have those steroid-like qualities, or if I was just bullshitting in nature to get your attention. He narrows his eyes and then seems to remember himself. Releasing my hand, he takes my elbow and leads me out of the room. This conversation is not over, he whispers threateningly as we enter the dining room. Oh crapola, don't get your panties in such a twist. And give me back mine, I glare at him. Truly a masterpiece. You have caught me reading this beautiful book by Mr. E.L. James called 50 Shades of Grey. Maybe you've heard of it. I wanted to talk to you about sleep today because the characters in this book do a lot of sleeping and there's a branch in the fucking book. But it's the adult kind of sleeping. What we want to do is do the normal kind of sleeping where we just sleep and we don't bound each other with chains. So unfortunately, for right now, we're gonna have to put 50 Shades of Grey on hold while we talk about sleep for a little bit. So, let's go. first, let us talk about sleep position. That is probably one of the most common questions you may have. What is the best sleeping position that I may need in my life? There are many ways that a person can fall asleep. Just check out these examples. The best sleep position for a lot of people is going to be the side sleeping position, like these cool ass monkeys. The main idea is that you want your body to be neutral. So when you're laying down, you don't want any part of your body sticking out, whether it be your hips or your head. Laying on either side, preferably your left, with your head aligned with your spine. Obviously, you don't want too many pillows stacked up, and you don't want no pillow so that your head sags down. And of course, you will also need a small pillow in between your legs to keep your hips aligned. That will help you not walk like Walter Jr. the next morning. And obviously, another pro to the crotch pillow is that if you pee your pants in your sleep, it will soak it all up and no one will know. Something kind of unexpected is that this particular topic is super hotly debated online and also very polarizing for people. On all sorts of forums, you see backsleep brawlers opposing the side sleepers. Meanwhile, the stomach sleep sluggers struggle to even stand as they're viciously attacked by all their parties. And most of them drowned in their own drool in the middle of the night. This is MF Doom. I got baby oil in honor of Diddy. Did he really do it though? Now, truthfully, there is no best sleeping position. They're individual. But I will say this, there is a worst, the stomach sleeping. The stomach sleeping position is absolute garbage. Unless you plan on sleeping in a massage bed, it's gonna put a lot of stress on your neck since it's gonna jack your head to the side, which puts a lot of pressure on your neck and your spine. And waking up in your own drool is possibly the most embarrassing things that can happen early in the morning besides waking up to a solid 2 out of 10 after a nice old drinking session. Whoa, that was good. Oh. And of course, it also should be mentioned that your saliva is not good for your skin. If you are prego, clearly the stomach sleeping position is not it for you, chief. Unless you want your baby to come out like one of those flat hamsters. I hope you guys are appreciating the Superman onesie that I have. I bought it specifically for this video. So don't ever say that I don't do nothing for y'all. Let's hear what the backsleep brawlers have to say about the back sleeping position. Now, truthfully, their points are a bit enticing. In that sleep position, your spine is very well aligned and your body weight is pretty evenly distributed, which is good. It may help to prevent back or neck pain. Another good thing is that your skin is not touching any part of the pillow, which is very good, meaning that there's no chance of pillow grime getting in your skin and plugging your pores, clogging your pores. If that is the position that you specifically like and it works for you, just keep doing it. But if you suffer from loud snoring or have sleep apnea, or you find yourself jolting up out of bed, violently gasping for air, meaning that literally choking in your sleep, the back position is definitely not for you because you could literally die from that. This back sleeping position is super susceptible to airway blockage. You're like this and you can see my neck, right? But if I slide a little bit lower, now I'm going to be more like this. Now my body is laying flat, but my head is not pointing up. It's pointing like at a 45-degree angle, and it's pretty easy for my airway to be blocked and for me to go like. And that is the case especially when you are sleeping on a big-ass beanbag of a pillow. For some people, it could also increase back pain, and it's not really recommended for pregnant women. I got the Drip Goku socks. How fly is that? By the way, if you hear a faint farting sound, just know that it's not me, it's the smoke machine. For me personally, the side sleeping position has to take the cake. It's very comfortable for me specifically because I tend to snore like an overclocked wood chipper if I'm sleeping on my back. Clearly, humans were not meant to sound like this.
it is a very clear sign that something is definitely wrong with your breathing. The side sleeping position, in my opinion, provides the best spine alignment, especially when you're using it with a crotch pillow. I almost hit myself in the balls, dude, oh my god. It's also generally the position that is recommended for pregnant people. I do not know why I added the pregnant women thing in the script. If you have back pain from sleeping on your back, try the side sleeping position. Make sure you don't stack too many pillows on top of each other and you use a crotch pillow. The only two drawbacks that I can think of from sleeping on your side are shoulder pain and your face touching the pillowcase. One way to combat your face touching the pillow, which could cause wrinkles and skin irritation if you don't clean your pillowcase, is to obviously clean your pillowcase. Try to use a pillowcase like this, which is satin, and please ignore the cum stains on my pillowcase. This is satin, so it's good. I don't know how that works, but it's good. It's satin, okay? It's expensive. That's how you know it's good. So yeah, use satin or a cashmere pillowcase if your shoulder hurts. There's a very specific technique that I've developed from side sleeping, and I'll show it to you. I don't expect you to get it right away because this is something that it could take a bit of time to get used to, but it really does help with shoulder pain, right? Pay attention what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna pretend like I'm sleeping, right? Oh, my shoulder hurts. Now, when you do this technique, make sure that if you're facing the wall, like I just did, you have to make sure that there's no monster under the bed, which will creep out and get you, because then you die. Overall, goated sleeping position. Let's go S tier, baby. We're not doing the tier list for this video. A circadian rhythm is your internal time wizard, which is synchronized to the day and night cycle. It makes you want to sleep when it's dark and want to wake up when it's morning. Duh. But do not underestimate the little guy. He actually does a lot of work to get you prepared for a good honk shmimi session. When it's getting close to bedtime, it will regulate your body temperature, your hormone release, metabolism, and much more. It also releases melatonin, not the supplement that you're used to, the thing that's actually in your body, that is produced by your body to make you want to sleep. So I urge you not to make the little Nintendo alarmo in your head angry by sleeping in or staying up late. Don't do that. Do not fall for the Nightcrawler grind set memes. Sigma, sigma boy, sigma boy, sigma boy. Not sleeping is single-handedly the worst thing you can do for your body, probably besides black tar heroin. There is a reason why your body craves sleep so much. If you don't sleep for 3 or 4 consecutive nights, you might get a personalized visit by the Benadryl Hat Man, aka you may begin to hallucinate. Take it just a bit further and you might get cyberpsychosis in extreme cases. And that is besides all of the other horrible sleep deprivation side effects, such as increased sensitivity to pain. Oh my god! Depression, anxiety, crashing your fucking car because you begin snoozing while driving, which happens a lot by the way, or micro sleeping while operating a bulldozer and crashing through a fucking building, killdozer style. I'll say congrats. That is good. But let me ask you something. Is the current sleep that you're getting actually the best sleep you can give your body? Maybe you wake up multiple times per night. Maybe you have trouble falling asleep. Maybe you wake up and you're already feeling super tired, like you're Snorlax. This is due to your sleep not being restful enough, meaning that it wasn't the best quality sleep. Just being in bed for 8 hours a night does not guarantee that your sleep will be bussin'. So, what are some optimizations that we can make to get the best sleep possible? Obviously, let's begin with your bedroom and your sleeping environment. That's where the magic happens. Am I right, ladies? Essentially, you want your bedroom to be like a Minecraft dungeon. Just run away with the tide. Should be dark, cold, dingy, only lit up by torches and full of spiders. You want your sleep environment to be as dark as possible. Blackout curtains are
non-negotiable.
Light will disturb your sleep a lot. Now, right now, I've got this room decked out like a fucking PUBG character. So this is not the... Clearly, this is not the optimal sleeping environment, but ideally you want your room to be completely dark with no light coming from outside, but also no artificial lighting because that also disturbs your sleep. We'll talk more about that later. The only light source that I will accept is candles. See? I wasn't joking about the Minecraft dungeon thing. Now, in case you sleep with another person, you lucky rascal, and they tend to use their phones or switch in bed, you will need to find yourself one of these. This is a light mask. Or no, it's not a light mask. Sleeping mask. Make sure that it is made of soft materials because this will be touching your face. So make sure that it doesn't collect any grime. Also make sure you clean it. Don't forget to clean it. Otherwise you will look like a nasty raccoon. The same as the pillowcase. You want it to be silk or satin or cashmere or anything else that sounds expensive. In case you live in a noisy neighborhood where Tokyo Drifter wannabes are drag racing Honda Civics right in front of your house, or some racially ambiguous fellas are having backyard chicken fights, use earplugs, or you can use earbuds. Make sure they're comfortable for your ears though, because you will be wearing them all night. If the noise is not as drastic and it's more like natural street noises or sparse noises coming from homeless people brawling with raccoons for your General Tso's chicken, you can listen to sleep noise or sleep music. I personally like the brown and black noise, which kind of sounds like bubbling asphalt, but it sounds super calming to me. I've heard people like white noise as well. Experiment with what you vibe with the most. I'll just play that noise from this Bluetooth speaker. I also really like rain and thunder noises, especially coming out of a dedicated Bluetooth speaker. The bass is really good and it genuinely feels like you're sleeping and it's raining outside, which I really like. Alternatively, you may be a sleep music connoisseur, which if you don't know is like chimes, that music style where people slap water or molest the ancient orb of forbidden alien knowledge.
What do you like better? Jacket on? Or jacket off?
My girlfriend really likes it a lot, so I'm not gonna knock it. If you want to look into that, there are dedicated playlists on Spotify specifically for sleep music, and you can just randomize it and play it. The one thing I will say, if you listen to sleep music from Spotify, just make sure you have premium. Otherwise, you will get a loud ass ad for fucking Honey or Manscaped where they tell you how they like to trim their fucking balls during your deep sleep in the middle of the night.
Grubhub Perks give you deals on the food you love. The kind of deals that make your boogie.
Imagine waking up the whole house because of a fucking Manscaped ad who's like, hey, I like to trim my balls like this. Your grandma in the other room is like, what? Something that you have to remember is that light is the #1 sleep killer. Light specifically signals to your brain that it's time to be awake. Your brain doesn't know the difference between sunlight, the blue light coming from your screen when you're gooning to anime girls in bed. When your eyes take in light, it makes you more aware. Look into Andrew Huberman's sleep podcast. He did a whole bunch of them with a sleep researcher if you want more sciencey explanations for all this. But just trust me, bro. No light when it's getting close to bedtime. Obviously, the best possible scenario is to just avoid any screens or light in general an hour before bed. I mean, let's be honest, statistically, you are a zoomer like me, so that's definitely not gonna happen. So what can we do in that case? Well, what we can do and what we should do is use blue light blocking glasses when you're watching screens before bed. It will definitely help you alleviate a lot of the blue light strain. There are apps such as Flux, and nowadays a lot of the mobile devices have their own eye comfort mode. You can set the working hours for them, and what they kind of do is they make everything all orangey as if you were dropped in the Fallout New Vegas universe. You should use it. However, I also want you to use the glasses still, since blue light really does mess with your sleep because it blocks the melatonin production. That's really bad, like really, really bad, especially before bedtime. Red light blocks around 40, so half as much as the blue light. That's still not good, but it's obviously way better. And the interesting thing is that fire, like the light coming from a fire or candle light, blocks just 2%. Now, some of you nerds that are already wearing glasses may say, well, I'm one step ahead of you, goofy. I had my prescription glasses come with blue light blocking lenses, bitch. Well, yeah, that's all right as a start. You should know that they are very ineffective when it comes to blue light blocking specifically. If your lenses are clear, which I'm gonna guess they are because you're probably wearing them every day. Clear lenses with blue light blocking properties block between 20 and 40% of blue light, which definitely is something, but it can be way better. And it should be way better if you want a good night's sleep. Yellow lenses actually block between 40 and 70% of the blue light, which is already better than the clear lenses that you may have. But of course, the Elden Ring boss of blue light blocking lenses are, of course, red. Red lenses block around 90 to 99% of blue light. The red versus blue battle continues. Let me try to show you what you see through this. So I'm just gonna get the lenses closer. I hope I hit the right camera. I don't know if you could see a difference. Please buy a pair of these, not these specifically, but blue light blocking lenses. Do not fall for the prescription lenses with blue light blocking features scam. Just buy a red lens blue light blocking glasses. Holy fuck, why did I write that in the script? Pop them out 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed, since I know you will be on the computer. And of course, I understand that the reason why people may get clear prescription lenses with blue light blocking features is that no one wants to look like fucking Ant-Man with these on. I look really stylish right now, don't I? When it comes to general lights, light bulbs, nightstand lights, try to turn them off. If that's not really an option, since maybe you don't know how to use echolocation yet, noob. Buy yourself dimmable RGB bulbs, like this one. This is a bulb that can change colors. You can make it dim. You can turn it off from your phone. All that shit. Oh, and they're not even that expensive. I mean, they're not expensive at all, actually. They're just placed in normal light bulb slots. So anywhere you would put a light bulb, you could put these, and you connect them through Wi-Fi and connect them to your phone. Within the app, it should let you automatically dim the lights, like I said, on a schedule, and make sure that they're dimmed as much as possible, but still just enough to be able to see where you're going, so you don't stub your toe or step on a suspicious pile of Lego pieces. Make the color of the bulb itself red or orange, something warm. There's one more thing that I wanted to mention. If you are a psycho about these things, kind of like me, and you need to pee in the middle of the night, you can just navigate in the dark with your hands and using the knowledge you have of your own home. Just like that blind guy from Don't Breathe. If you're a bit less psycho, you can use the flashlight from your phone and point it down like you're playing Slenderman, the 8 pages.
That's what, yeah, at Saxon Avenue. Fuck. Okay.
What? Hello? Who the fuck is this? What are you talking about? Subscribe? Like the video? It has. Who the fuck is this? I'm gonna find you, motherfucker. Obviously, we want to lower the volume of TVs, speakers, your phone, anything that makes noise. If you can control it, you want it to be as low as possible. If that is kind of difficult to do, your wife wants to watch Oprah and you cannot pry the remote from her, wear earplugs or earbuds with low volume calming music. Be aware of active noise canceling on your AirPod. If you're a rich kid, there is some research that indicates that active noise canceling is not good for your sleep, which seems very counterintuitive.
The lack of active noise cancellation. Given that Bose is known to be a leader in the space, and Oslo worked with Bose on licensing technology for this product, we wanted to understand why the decision was made to leave it out. When we jumped on a call with the engineers, they explained that while canceling as much noise as possible can help with focusing on work, sleeping with noise cancellation has been found to wake people up more in the middle of the night than something like a white noise machine. For my part though, I suspect it has more to do with maintaining the small form factor and with maximizing battery life.
Just be cautious with active noise cancelling.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Another big point is the temperature of your room. You want your room to be cold when you're going to sleep. Ideally, you would have air conditioner or something along the lines of that so that you can control the temperature of the room. The ideal temperature to promote good sleep is between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius, 62 to 66 Fahrenheit. I don't know what the fuck a Fahrenheit is. Now, what I do, because I do not have air conditioning in this room, is I just open the window 30 to 40 minutes before I go to bed. Well, the script was finished when it was no longer winter, and I'm filming this in March. It's no longer winter, but the idea is kind of the same. That I cannot believe it takes me this long to make a fucking video. This script was started in the winter. When you open the window and the cold air comes in, it chills the room. You have no control over it, but it still works all right. It gets the job done. In the summer, I will figure something else out. There are specific mattresses which are temperature controlled via an app. Those are super expensive, but might be worth looking into if you have the money to spend, if you can spend that money comfortably. Because like I said, you do spend a lot of time in bed, so you should invest in your mattress. Yeah, you kind of spend like a third of your life in bed. A lot of people probably won't be able to since it is pretty expensive. Another cool thing is that there are specific cooling pads, which are kind of like bed warmers, but bed coolers, like the opposite of that. A weighted blanket can, oh my God, this is so heavy. A weighted blanket can help you have better quality sleep. There's a study done. Go read it for yourself, nerd. You can really tell that this is a heavy blanket because it just falls down. It's just like, boom. This is full of glass beads, okay. 16 pounds or something, I don't know. I recently bought one for my girlfriend. For me, what I noticed with the heavy blanket is that it really helps you fall asleep easier. And also my dreams were way more vivid for some reason. This seems to be noticed by others as well. And it could be a helping hand if you're training yourself to lucid dream. And by the way, we all know why you want to lucid dream, you pervert. Using the heavy blanket really does feel cozier and helps me fall asleep easier. It kind of feels like getting hugged by a big, strong, broly, muscular, sturdy, burly, meaty, robust, vigorous, rugged man. And he's reassuring you that everything will be okay at the end. Now, Brian Johnson talked about sleeping separately from your partner. That is just horrible advice that will probably lead to a breakup or at least like severe arguments. Maybe that's why he got divorced. I understand the importance of sleep. I'm making this long ass video about sleep specifically. In my opinion, making your significant other sleep in another bed or even room, it's absolutely ridiculous. Please do not do this if you care about your partner one bit. And of course, that doesn't mean that you can't talk to them about sleep or the importance of sleep or have conversations about it. You can watch this video together, talk about how important it is to not wake each other up unless it's an emergency, but please don't make them sleep in another room. That's absolutely dumb. Also, how are you supposed to get laid? This is a very important note if you're a caffeine fiend. Experiment with what time is the latest that you can take caffeine without disrupting your own sleep. Good general rule is not to take it 90 to 120 minutes after waking up, not to take it past 2 p.m. since caffeine has a half-life alex of 7 hours. If you take it after 2 p.m., it could start to mess with your sleep at night. Although you may be brain fried enough to be able to take it right before you fall asleep and have no noticeable side effects of it, studies indicate that even if you don't feel it, your sleep is worse even by a bit. So I don't see a reason in taking it later in the day. Allow some time for it to leave your system. I'm not a caffeine drinker myself, but something to kind of go along with that, another good practice is not eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Consuming will increase your metabolism and body temperature, which, if you remember, we want your body temperature to be kind of low. Yes, I realize that this is not always possible. That's often the case for me. Depending on circumstances. For example, when I train at night, it's very difficult not to eat, but I tried not to eat every time, but at least be aware, if you have the possibility not to eat 2 to 3 hours before bed, you should do it. You should take the possibility and not eat. Also, reducing the water intake later in the day, which will make you less likely to wake up in the middle of the night and piss like you're 78 years old. You still want to get your water in, as we've talked about in the bloating video, which did fire numbers, by the way. Really cooked with that video. You ease off on the water later in the day. In order to get the best possible breathing when sleeping, you want to use mouth tape like this. I've talked about mouth tape in my previous video, but I will say it again here in its dedicated section because it is very important and it is a game changer. It reminds your system to breathe out of the nose, which we want for health and looks maxing purposes, obviously. The nose is there for this specific reason, to breathe. There are entire books about how important it is to breathe, and my fucking script crashed again. I will make a separate video about breathing in the future, but for now, what we want to do is take a strip of medical tape, cut it, bam. This is all you need, and you just put it over your lips like this. Make sure it's a small piece. You don't need much. It is basically there as a reminder that the go-to breathing apparatus should be your nose and not your mouth. It's more of a mental thing than a physical blocker. In case something goes wrong, it should be very easy to remove it by forcefully opening your mouth. This is the specific detail that makes me not like the mouth tape made by Jawliner. You may have seen it on TikTok. Also, this is way cheaper than the Jawliner mouth tape. Just buy a roll of medical tape. Don't fall for TikTok scams and ads in fucking Brett Maverick or Alpha M videos or whatever the fuck the newest normie men self-help channels that are popping off lately. Nasal strips supposedly help with nasal breathing, helping you to get more airflow in it. I haven't tried them just yet. I will explore them later when I'm making the breathing video, but it's not really a bad idea, especially if you're doing it at home. If you go outside with it, you just kind of look like a Blade Runner fucking cosplayer or an anime fucking fan. Something that you have to make a habit of is going to bed around the same time every day. For me, this is between 10:30 and 11. That is when your body begins to naturally feel sleepy and tired. The way to set your sleeping start point is to have a nighttime routine, obviously. Another good benefit of the warm shower before bed is that it imitates the circadian rhythm body temperature drop that we talked about earlier. For you, your bedtime routine maybe is reading a book. This is good, especially because there are no screens involved, and you can set your reading lamp as a warmer color. Meditation, yoga, stretching are all great things that you can do, but the most important thing about your bedtime routine is that it should be yours. You should be comfortable with it. It should relax you. I'm so turned on. I feel my hips moving already up to meet him, wanting him inside me. Like this rough and hard. Oh, the anticipation. We don't have long. This will be quick, and it's for me. Not you, do you understand? Don't come or I will, don't come or I will spank you, he says through clenched teeth. Holy crap! How do I stop? With one swift thrust, he's, oh my fucking god. With one swift thrust, he's fully inside me. I groan loudly, gutturally. Something else that will help you fall asleep easier at night is working out during the day and also working hard. Working hard, I don't mean at your job, if you have a job. No matter what your job is, whether you be a gigolo, a bullfighter, an accountant for the mafia, professional water slide tester, an ATM security guard, a pet psychic, just work hard so that the day feels finished. And of course, bonus points for physical working out too. You will like this next part. Orgasms are proven to help you fall asleep easier. You know that meme when guys fall asleep 0.1 seconds after fucking? Well, this is one of the reasons why. Orgasming releases oxytocin, which is also called the love hormone, as well as serotonin, which helps make you feel relaxed. Serotonin makes you feel relaxed and drops your temperature. You see the connection now? Getting freaky technically is a sleeping aid. I never thought I would say that, but keep in mind that this effect is reduced when you are gooning. Still helps, but less. And also, if you are going to be gooning later at night, don't forget about the blue light. You better stroke it with the Ant-Man glasses on, right? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. By the way, it's a coincidence that I brought this guy back in bed when I was talking about gooning and orgasming. I am not... just The next tip for quality sleep is keep Sparky in a separate room. Sadly, you cannot sleep with your pets. They will wake you up, make noise, shift around, start fucking meowing in the middle of the night, which will definitely disturb your sleep. In my case, it is this little asshole. This little asshole. This little asshole. Yes. I'm talking about you, yes. Yes, I'm talking about you. Not only can he not sleep in this room with us, but he has to be imprisoned in a land far, far away. Another room. He loves to scratch at the door and meow as loud as possible to get inside. The little dickhead even managed to make some prison escapes. He's purring. Even if you don't have a little devil like him and your pet is generally quiet and does not move much, I will still advise you to move it to another room where they have their own food, water, toilet, whatever, toys, all that shit. Don't allow them to sleep in the same bed as you. Just give it the Brian Johnson treatment. We already talked about your body's natural production of melatonin, but you probably have heard of melatonin as this, a supplement that is supposed to help you sleep better. That is not true.
It's bullshit.
Don't take it for better sleep. It does not work for that. It's a horrible idea as it does not help you fall asleep, but could lead to drowsiness when you wake up. The only reason to take melatonin in a supplement form is if you are jet lagged or you had a giant sleep schedule change. I don't touch this stuff anymore. We should talk about adenosine. Adenosine is some shit that builds up in your brain when you're awake. And eventually, after being awake for a long time, a lot of adenosine would have built up and you will begin to feel sleepy and tired. Think of it as weights slowly being added to your weight vest when you're swimming. The more weights, aka adenosine, the more tired you feel and you want to sleep. Or drown in this case. I don't know, that's a pretty weird example. Adenosine is great. You do want to feel that tiredness at the end of the day. Your body needs to rest and recover, and your brain needs a bit of a break. When you sleep and wake up, your body would have removed all of the adenosine from your system. You will feel energetic and refreshed. And then the next day, the cycle continues. Adenosine is built up, you become tired, you fall asleep, you wake up, no adenosine, and then so on and so on. And of course, adenosine is also how caffeine works. Caffeine overtakes the adenosine receptors, which is why you don't feel tired, because adenosine is not being built up. The adenosine reserve in your body is also affected by naps. Naps are microdosed sleep. You end up removing some of the built-up adenosine. The less adenosine you have, the more issues you are likely to experience when you are trying to fall asleep. If you suffer from insomnia or you notice that you have a lot of trouble falling asleep at night, it's generally not recommended to nap during the day. But in case you don't have trouble falling asleep and you don't have insomnia, naps do have a lot of good benefits to them as well, with some caveats, such as not doing it later in the day, close to when you want to have your big portion of sleep. Naps are very good for resetting some of our brain functions, because as you're probably aware, our brain slows down over time when we're awake. Our decision making gets worse. We begin to feel tired. We get grumpier, more easily irritated than usual. Our alertness levels go down. Concentration lowers as well. If you find yourself needing a bit of a recharge, a nap can do that for you, provided all of the previous things that I mentioned are followed about the naps rules. The optimal time for naps is short, usually around 20 minutes. It's interesting that if you take a longer nap, like 40 or 50 minutes, you might feel worse than when you went to sleep for the first hour after waking up from the nap. But if you can tank the 1 hour of grogginess and tiredness, you will notice the refreshing effects are even stronger. Also, not napping after 3 p.m., that could begin to mess with your sleep, your main sleep at night. It is scientifically proven that not getting enough sleep can make you more moody, cranky, easily irritated, and you are prone to getting angry easier than usual. Your reaction time goes down. Basically, you're more of a snowflake about things. You're bothered by things that more well-rested you would not be bothered by. So getting high quality sleep can help you beat Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Night 7, or help you from damaging your relationships with your family and friends. Both as equally important, as you do not want your peeps to know that you did not finish FNAF 4 due to the nightmare animatronics being too scary. In the morning, you want to follow the Andrew Huberman morning routine, which is viewing natural light early in the morning out your balcony or window, ideally going outside for a walk. That would be great, but personally, I don't do that. I just sit on the balcony, look outside, and let the light and cold wake me up, thinking I'm a vibe. Even if it is not technically sunny outside, there's still way more light on a cloudy day than it is inside with your little itty-bitty bitch-ass light. As we mentioned, artificial lights are enough to block the melatonin production, but ironically, they are not enough to be able to wake you up as much as the ambient light outside does, because what it does is it gives you a boost of energy. So just touch grass, bro. And no, looking out of a closed window or the windshield of your car does not count. The window/windshield takes a lot of the light away, which you can see in this picture, and you may have noticed that yourself. If all the windows are closed, it looks a bit darker than it really is outside. You need to take in the light from outside. Don't sun gaze, obviously. Just look outside, think about your day, maybe do some breathing exercises, some meditation, stretching, whatever you want to do. If you do that, I 10 quadrillion% guarantee that you will feel more awake and more energetic and actually ready to do something. Your bed should only be used for sleeping. You don't want to lay around here and fucking make videos. You don't want to lay here and play on your Steam Deck. You don't want to be laying around watching movies. Try to only use your bed for sleeping. That may not always be possible, but at least try. And eventually, after you do that for a long time, your brain will know that once you lay down in bed, it's time to sleep and there's no time for other stuff. If you cannot fall asleep for whatever reason, you feel like your mind is racing, and you're having a tough time falling asleep. Or even worse, you think about how you can't sleep. Now you can't sleep because you're stressing about not being able to sleep, and it's just like a vicious cycle. Get out of bed, go somewhere else, move around for a little bit, and then come back and try to sleep again and reset your brain, reset the scene around you. So maybe go to another room. That will help you fall asleep once you do come back to the bed. Taking a hot shower before bed will help you fall asleep faster and have deeper sleep. That is because your body needs to cool off to fall asleep. This is why we talked about having a cool room. Your body will cool off naturally by moving blood to your hands and feet away from your core, so that it makes your core body temperature drop and help you feel sleepy. It may seem counterintuitive and weird. Why are we taking a warm shower drop our body temperature? How does that work? Well, my thermally challenged friend, when you get out of the shower, your core will cool down. This is done by moving blood away from the torso, which is also why taking a cold shower will actually wake you up, also because of the shock of the cold water. Another good point about the hot showers is that it does keep you away from screens, which is good, and the chance to kind of stay away from anything outside of your mind. You might think L from Death Note looked so cool and edgy with his dark circles, messy hair, and antisocial behavior. And you'd be right, my anime-pilled friend. In this house, L is a hero. Sadly, anime is not real life. Not getting enough sleep is easily the biggest and most avoidable looksman of all time. If you don't believe me, maybe you believe John Axelson. They did a study called Beauty Sleep, experimental study on the perceived health and attractiveness of sleep-deprived people, where essentially what they did is they photographed people after a normal night's sleep, which is 8 hours, and after sleep deprivation, they did 31 hours of wakefulness, which is pretty fucked up, after a night of reduced sleep. Then these pictures were randomly shown to people and they were asked to rate the photos. If you're too lazy to read it for yourself, basically they found that sleep-deprived people look way less healthy, obviously, more tired and less attractive. So if you do not get your quality beauty sleep, according to science, you are looksminning. And well, there you have it. There is everything that you need to know to optimize your sleep as much as possible. I did want to say a few words about previous videos, I should say. They performed way beyond my expectations, especially the debloating video. I got so many positive comments, which makes me really happy. I want to thank you for... Oh, I wrote the script. When I wrote the script, it was 92. Now it's 102 subscribers. What else? What else did I want to say? I wanted to change the style. I made some community posts, and I wanted to change the style of the videos, because I kind of realized that just me sitting awkwardly in front of the camera and just kind of like stimming with a stick in front of my, like in front of a blank wall wasn't super interesting. More stuff like this, and especially move things around more in a way that it will be more visually interesting. I also did a full script for this video, which is why I kept looking down. That'll also be the way that future videos will also be done. So get out there and get sleeping. Get sleeping. Get sleeping. Goodbye.